So today I recorded a collaboration video between me and Wilf Wonders, who is a 7-year-old science communicator based here in Glasgow, which is insane. So what we were doing is planting trees for the hashtag Team Trees effort. Now this is a YouTube-wide effort to try and plant 20 million trees by the end of 2020. They are 16.5 million trees in, well over 80% of the way there, and they've kind of stalled. But me and Wilf are here to save the day. No, jokes. We did our little bit. If you want to go and see that video where we're planting trees together, I will leave a link in the description card. But what I want to talk about today is actually dig into a really interesting fact that Wilf told me while we're out. So here is a clip of what he said.
Did you know that 98 tons of plant matter equals 1 gallon of petrol?
It takes 98 tons of plant matter to make 1 gallon of petroleum. I couldn't believe this. I went and dug into the numbers. So apparently it was done by a study by an ecologist called Jukes. And this was published back in 1997 in the Journal of Climatic Change. So like climate change has been a word being used by people for like over a decade. So we don't change our tune at all. But that's like a side note. Basically, the way he determined this is to take the actual, ecological process that's done from turning dead matter, plant matter, biological matter, into oil, and that whole process. And this is such a slow, inefficient process that basically for every 1, gram of carbon, well, it takes like 10,000 grams of carbon to make hydrocarbons in oil. So it's like a really, really inefficient process over those millions of years, essentially meaning that according to these numbers, the 98 tons figure is actually correct, which is insane. So what I did, since coming home and my legs being quite sore, is I tried to work out in the UK with current figures in terms of numbers of cars and their mileage, how many trees is that equivalent to every year in the UK? So here are my figures. So according to UK statistics, there are roughly 30 million cars on the road. And I pulled this number from just a UK insurance page, but apparently UK drivers drive on average about 7,000 miles a year, which seems pretty low, but actually there's a lot of cars that are like left unused or just done for like little trips or whatever, so that could make sense, which makes a total miles per year of 210 billion miles driven in the UK every year. And if we take 50 miles per gallon, which is like fairly efficient, but a lot of it's kind of, could be quite efficient cars or whatever, that's a total number of gallons of 4.2 billion gallons used every year, which means a total plant matter of 412 billion tons of plant matter every year. Now this is probably just a ballpark figure, because I'm aware that a high percentage of those cars are hybrid or electric. I think current figures are probably about 10%, so you're looking at probably plus or minus 10% either way. But then I also used a really efficient miles per gallon number, so it's probably roughly that. But if you take just like an average tree, how many trees is that equivalent of plant matter that we're using every year only in the UK, which is a really small country? That's 660 billion trees. So this is why planting trees is so important, because we are actually using resources far faster than we can ever replace them. And it's a massive problem, requires huge societal change. We need to stop our addiction to fossil fuels. But if there's anything that you want to do about it, then planting trees is a really, really good solution, which is why I think you should go and donate at teamtrees.org. So Team Trees have partnered with Arbor Day Foundation, who have promised that every $1 donated is equivalent to 1 tree planted. So if we can get to $20 million by the end of 2020, then Mr. Beast and Smarter Every Day and will all have reached their goal, which would be amazing. So what I'm going to do just now is donate myself. So I said at the beginning of the day today that for every tree that I plant with Wilf, I will donate £1. We planted 31 trees today, so I'm going to go ahead and donate £31 to Team Trees, which I just looked up and it's almost exactly $40. So I'm going to go and do that. Yeah, optional. Go subscribe to Wilf Wanders. Yay! You're a good human, now officially a member of #TeamTrees. Look, this might seem wholly insignificant in the grand scheme of things. In fact, I made a video about possibly how insignificant it is, but it's absolutely a start. So if you want to go donate, I would highly do that. If you're in the UK, vote next Thursday. That's probably the biggest thing that you can do that will have the widest reaching impact. Vote for policy, vote for candidates who have radical green and environmental policies. And in fact, what I'll do is not only will I leave a link to Team Trees down below and the information that I found when looking up 98 tons of carbon stuff, but I'm going to leave a link to the Carbon Brief website where they discuss actually what the policies say on environmental stuff, and they break it down to all the different parties and all the different environmental policies. So check out that. It's a really easy way, if you're not sure who you're voting for yet, it's a really easy way just to actually see, just from an environmental point of view, what their manifestos say and what the promises are being made. Because not all parties are the same and your vote absolutely matters. So I'm bombarding you with information there, but your take-home message is go subscribe to Wilf because he's awesome, watch our video, donate to Team Trees, and then vote on Thursday the 12th. So a slightly different video today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to subscribe to my channel, then please do. There'll be various things on the page. If you want to watch our collaboration video, then that will be there. And if you want to watch the video that the YouTube algorithm thinks you enjoy best, then you can click down there. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Science with Steph. I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.